everybody. I'm super excited to be here today. I had to look for my camera for a second. I have been trying to go live now for months. I did a little experiment last week and with popular demand, you guys wanted to see the pictures that I constantly post in my community tab. Today's going to be even better because I'm going to share the context of a lot of these photos. Some of them were taken by me, some of them were taken by other real estate agents, and all of them have you scratching your head, which is the best. I want to thank the people that have popped into the chat early. There's been several of you that have spoken to me on my comment section of my videos, but this was the first time they were able to see and we can connect live, which is really cool. So Red Like Wine is one of those. She's always, I'm assuming that's a girl, but Red Like Wine is always saying hello and is always giving me the best comments on my videos. So it was nice to see you here. Susan Spalding is another one. Welcome, welcome. And Desi's mom was first in the chat, I believe. No, Retro Rebel was the first one in the chat. And we got the Urban Explorer here. Boiled Nuts. Aloha, my friend. How is things going over there in Hawaii? How do they say that? They say it right, don't they? They say Hawaii. I don't know. I always every time I've ever talked to anybody that lives in Hawaii, they always say I say it wrong. So, well, if I said it wrong, I'm sorry, but I think it's Hawaii, but I think it's Hawaii is how they say it. I don't know. Hey, you do it. Hey, Urban Explorer. Hello there, 2008 TFE, my old eyes. Hello, Anne-Marie Thompson. Hello, hello, hello. So I'm going to run these little banners because I've figured out this little thing right here, and I'm really excited about it. And then if you have any, while we're doing this, if you have any houses that you have seen that have been an absolute horror, either A, you can email them to me. All my contact information is in the description, or B, you can go ahead and share your story in the chat because everybody likes a good story. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the first house. So let me go over here and I'm going to click on the first house. So before we start, I'm just going to say, I love to paint a house more than anybody. I love painting a house, and I've done my fair share of very funky motifs as far as paint. I even had one house that my daughter's bedroom, I did it like pink, completely pink with big black watermelon seeds and chalkboard paint. I mean, it was adorable, super whimsical. And I think these people had the same kind of idea, like we're going to do something cool, but it didn't quite turn out this way. So let me go turn this way because the pictures are going to be on this side. So, ta-da! Okay. They taped it and they did not chalk the lines before they put the tape up. And this is what they were left with. And they left the tape on the ceiling and it was like caked. Like you could not, it was so caked. Like you had to take like a full-on spackle knife to get this thing off. If anybody knows Paul Peck drywall, this would be a job for him to fix this afterwards because that was a hot mess. Total hot mess. This was a flip house. This wasn't a regular resale. It was a total flip house. Let's see what you people love your setup there, Kristina. No. Hello. Oh, what a yuck. Yeah, Paul Peck could do a skip trial on there. Oh my god, that's what Boiled Nut says. Oh my god, they didn't take the Home Depot class. Yes, and if you really need to learn how to paint, that would be the best thing for you to do is to go ahead and take the Home Depot class. Well, I mean, painting is one thing, but another thing is I need help. And I've seen this in several homes, and it's these holes. I'm going to move over a little bit. What are these things? They're in the wall and they're in the floor. They don't go to anything. They're not going to anything. I've seen them in several older homes. If anybody knows what these are, please let me know right now. I'm going to look in the chat. If anybody could tell me what the heck these weird things are, Please tell me. Oh, hi, me again, Dem. Hello in the shop with Tom. I know who you are. For a hole? For a pole. Yeah, but a pole inside the house? Harry, I don't know. Looks like a central vacuum cleaner system. But that one is at the ceiling with the central vacuum hole. And wouldn't it have a cover on it if it had the central vacuum? Because you would have that little cover on it. This is like a hole to nowhere. I was thinking that maybe wires go through it, but they didn't have wires in it. And apparently the people that owned it beforehand, they said it was like that when they moved in. But nobody can tell me what it is. If anybody's watching after the stream, please elaborate on what these are. I've have numerous pictures with these weird contraptions. Some of them are even metal, like metal hole. Like the little cover is like a heavy duty metal pipe type material. Yes, it's part of a pole for in storage. Huh. Hello, Diane Bush. Oh, pole dancing. Huh. Is that something you do, Oiled Nuts? Are you into that kind of thing? A little freaky guy. All right, forget about those. We're going to move on. And this is one that made me laugh because, that first step is it's a real doozy. It's a real doozy. Like, you will go out that door, I don't know how this could ever pass any kind of zoning, permitting, and inspection report. That's not good. That's not a good thing at all. And we see this kind of stuff as real estate agents all the time. People are always posting these kinds of pictures like that makes you just kind of scratch your head. I know that I've seen it like where somebody has like had some kind of storm damage and the deck fell off and they didn't replace the deck. But if you're going to do that, don't leave the door. Like, just go ahead and change it because it really does look funky from the outside. Let's see what y'all are saying there. Oh, Mrs. Nuts needs a tree, not a pole. Aw. Well, watch the first step. That's what I said. Emergency exit. Oh, that would be a heck of an emergency. Oh, Boca Raton Realtor. Is that 2 doors? Yes, that is 2 doors. Scratching the head now. That is right. Why wouldn't you paint over the one wall and let it then leave the one wall? I don't know. I don't know, Retro Rebel. Bizarre. It is bizarre. All right, we're gonna just move on to the next one because this one made me laugh. And it was just one of those things that if you didn't catch the light just right, you wouldn't see what was actually in the cement. All right, let me move this over a little bit more. But look, it has a face in the drywall. Like they actually made a face. To me, that's just flat out creepy. I don't know why anybody would do this. And the other thing that even made it even funnier is that looks like a doorbell, right? It's on the inside of the house, like on the other side of the door. Why would you need a doorbell inside the house? No one explained that to me. I asked them in the inspection report. Again, the seller said it had been like that when they had moved in. They weren't sure and they just left it like that. If it was me, I would just cover it up. Like, I wouldn't have that mystery just sitting there because it would just drive me insane. It's already driving me insane. I just want to say hello, guys. Well, hello in the shop with Chum. No, it's a trigger the dog. It's to trigger the dog. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, to really make them bark. I have dogs. Anybody knows me, I have dogs and they bark all day long. They'll drive me crazy. I know, a doorbell inside. It's the silence of the lambs type creepy. To trigger the dog. Mellow Yellow. Hello, Queen Bee. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Let's move on because this one is for the person that couldn't afford a stove. People never cease to amaze me. I mean, like, really? This is in the kitchen, and they were, by law, you cannot, in the state of Louisiana, everything is considered an attached component. The buyers went through and they said the stove is missing. You have to replace it either with the original stove or another brand new stove. So they put a grill in there and thinking that was going to save the deal. Needless to say, that wasn't the case. You know, didn't quite save the deal. What is wrong? Like, what mental state do you have to be in going, you know what? I don't want to return that stove and I don't want to buy a brand new one. So you know what? We're going to be really smart and clever. We're going to put a stove there. All right. We're going to put this. People make me laugh so hard because like they think you're the dumb one. That's the part that really blows my mind. Like you're the dumb one and you're going to fall for this. Yeah, that's totally legit. What's behind the face? It reminds me of the intercom system my sister and brother-in-law had installed in their home in the 80s. Now it's an eyesore. There was it was just how they did it. It was like drywall. There was nothing behind the face. I mean, I didn't think they picked it off, but the buyers like left it there. They thought it was funny. Maybe it was meant to be a joke. Maybe. Sometimes it rains at the worst time, like on the weekends. True. Cooking with gas. Yes, it is a gas stove. You can say that. All right. So we're going to talk about some more electrical stuff. And anybody that's, if you're in the electrical field, I think you can pretty much tell me if this is legal or not. Because my spidey senses tell me that this does not fly. It was like lined up against each other and the wires, I will say they were wrapped in electrical tape, thank goodness. But that homemade box they had to house all those wires. Kristina says no. Kristina says no. It made me very nervous. Very dangerous. No, not legal. I rented a room in a house and the home had a stove but no oven. There was cabinetry underneath it. Now I have seen that where they call it a cooktop where they had no oven whatsoever. So they were like, "Hey, you can just use this like, on the counter oven." And I'm like, "That's not really going to work for a turkey, but okay." Some older houses are just they're always kind of a mystery because there's years of people trying to retrograde it to more modern times and things kind of get lost in the shuffle like a stove. All right. Here's another one that was just bad placement. We're just going to put this as bad placement. Now, let me just say, brand new construction. So the builder gives the plans to the electrician. The electrician comes through and pulls the wires through the ceiling. What made them think that this was okay? And once that happened, once that happened, why did they continue knowing that there's a big giant box there in the center, but obviously it was a medallion? What made them think that, you know what, we don't want to mess up the medallion and the look. We're just going to throw this off to the side. Nobody will ever notice. I will say that every builder needs to at least have one designer that comes through to correct these kinds of things. This was on the market being sold like this. Let's see what you guys have to say about it. You can get by with a stovetop oven toaster quite well. Cheese looks like a decorative crawl space. You can get by with a stovetop and a convection oven very well. They did not think off base. Smoosh the like button. Yeah, and it's all about that bass. No trouble. If anybody listens to pop music, you know what I'm doing. I can't help myself. The thing that really just that it went through so many different people before anybody noticed it. And it wasn't until real estate agents and buyers went through and said, "Hey, that doesn't look good." They're like grumbled and fixed it. Unbelievable. This is the thing that makes you go, Um, it looks slow, you know, and you're thinking, well, that's the kitchen area. No, it's the laundry room. It's the laundry room. And at first, as much as I was like, that is absolutely crazy. Why would you have an oven? Because they had a beautiful kitchen. Well, I'll just say it was absolutely stunning kitchen. But in the laundry room, they had this oven. And she said, well, she has a ton of family that comes over for the holidays. And she had double ovens in the kitchen, but it was never enough room for everything that they had. So she had this extra stove that she put into the laundry room. So that way for Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, all those times, Mardi Gras, she could go ahead and cook in the laundry room as well. But it was definitely one of those things that was like, huh? But after she told me that, I was like, that was actually pretty smart. I have an extra oven that like I have it in my cabinet, you know, and I actually plug it in on the back porch for the holidays. But if you had the extra room, I guess this would be a good way to do it. Only using it at Thanksgiving. Yep, that's right. I've seen that in a few houses, washer dryer in the kitchen. Now I have seen that as well. Now that's really common, like in Europe and in England and stuff. That they do their wash in the kitchen. Like there's the washing machine and there's the oven. You know, unbelievable. And they have the tiniest refrigerators, the smallest refrigerators I've ever seen. They're kind of cute. All right. This one's kind of just a funny one. You've probably already seen this one on the internet. I didn't see this house. I don't know any the story behind it, but it just made me laugh. Now, if you don't want to leave your house in the air conditioning and you still want to cook, there you are. There you are. I mean, like pure genius, but it doesn't seem kind of smart to be throwing that propane gas tank up against the wall now, there, does it? Christina says no. And what if you're like, what if the wind blew and you're cooking your steak and caught the house on fire? Definitely 100% a fire hazard. This was not proper prior planning. As genius as he probably thought it was, I will say it's a he. It could have been a she, but no. What would be a good caption for this? What do you think would be a good caption? Let's go to the comments, see what people say. Yeah, I do. I have they said something about the ice box. Yeah, they have more like an ice box properly. I have a refrigerator out in my garage, an extra one, and an extra freezer. But I wouldn't put an oven out there. It's already hot enough. Ooh, did you hear that? We got some thunder and lightning coming. We got a storm of brewing. Was the same home only a stove? Oh yeah, that maybe that was the grill that was in that other house. Could be. Yes, very different from the U.S. Correct. If it's raining, can you stay dry? Oh yeah, yeah. If it's raining, you could stay dry. Indoor outdoor grill. Really? Oh my gosh. Queen Bee says. All of that big barbecue smoke in the house. Oh, I know. It would stink. It would. It would smell so bad. And I hate that smell. I mean, it's like one of those things when you go to a barbecue restaurant. I mean, it's in your hair and it's in your clothes. It stinks. Yeah, they thought it was a ingenious idea. That's right. All right. Gwendolyn says, I recently went to a 2-bedroom house showing where the washer and dryer was in the master bedroom behind a sliding door. Can wash and dry and sleep at the same time. No privacy, very noisy. Now, I have seen that in condos where the washer and dryer was in the master bedroom. That would drive me crazy because yeah, even if you have a pretty good hose that goes out, it's still the dryer makes your room hot, and I like my room to be super ice cold, ice cold, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Well, you guys have heard of murder hornets. And so during the inspection period, there was like a little hole, and the inspector noted the fact that there might be a pest problem. And the sellers had to go ahead and have and go ahead and have the termite guy come out, take a look at it. And they said, well, we can definitely hear something. They got the little machine out and they could see something. So then they started taking out the bricks. Look at that honeycomb. That is a huge, huge honeycomb. Huge. I wonder, like, would you like what that to me would have freaked me out, and how they didn't go in the house is beyond me, or how the sellers didn't notice. But I'm not a bee fan. Like, I don't hate them. I won't say that. They're not as bad as like some other pests, but I don't know if you guys can hear this, but it is storming outside. It is raining hard. Cheese and rice. Geez, that's crazy. By the way, watched all your videos. I'm learning a lot, especially about mobile homes and versus modular homes. That's my jam. Like, here in Louisiana, it's pretty common for people to purchase manufactured housing. It was one of those sections that most people don't do a lot of videos on. And I just thought, well, I'm going to start doing videos on it. And it seems to be that most people are looking for that kind of information. And the more I've gotten into it, the more I've enjoyed it. On a little side note, because of that, I have a little side project going where I'm trying to house as many homeless vets. It used to be 45,000. Now it's like 67,000 homeless veterans in the United States. And in my opinion, it's unexcusable. And we need to do better by the people that serve our country. So I'm trying to get as many manufactured home companies to donate manufactured homes to manufactured home parks and donate those houses to homeless veterans. So it's a long project. It's going to take me a good 3 to 5 years. I'm hoping for 3. I'm pushing for 3, but I'm realistic, and I'm going to get with as many real estate agents as possible to make that absolutely happen all over the United States, not just Louisiana. I want it to service everybody. So anyways, we're moving forward. Let's get to a little happier note. All right. Now, this shouldn't happen. When you turn on a switch, this right here says to me that is a shocking electrical experience. Now, I've seen this actually happen in 2 houses. It was just a fluke kind of thing. There was a pipe that burst, and then it ended up coming out of the sockets of the whatever, the switch. But when new story, my husband and I went on vacation, and we had a girl watching our children. When we came back from vacation, the house was like ice cold, super cold. Even the windows were like had condensation. It was like the coldest our house had ever been. And we're standing in the living room, and my youngest daughter says, "It's raining in the living room." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And sure enough, there's water just coming in over the ceiling fan. I'm like, "Turn off the ceiling fan." What had happened was the drain pan from the air conditioning, because the air conditioning handles in the attic, it had leaked, and the little floater switch that's supposed to turn that off didn't work. They never function right. They never function right. And it ended up leaking and getting over into the ceiling and coming through the ceiling fan. Pretty scary experience, I have to admit. Let's see what the comments section say. This past Thursday, I went into a showing and saw bees going into a hole in the front of the house. Shake my head. I was thinking, how much would they pay to get them out of the attic? Yep, that is true. Now that's scary. Water shooting out of a socket. That is. You give awesome advice. Thanks for sharing. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, but water is a great conductor. Yeah, it sure is. Probably one of the best. All right. Here's another door, a little door to nowhere, and this will make you laugh. That first step, I can only imagine, would definitely, I would break an ankle. I've seen this in a couple houses where they've decided to put a room that wasn't a room originally, or they put a staircase or moved the staircase. Yeah, that was not proper prior planning. Ugh. Here's another light switch. This is a brand new house. Brand new. Builder put this here and let it fly, and put it on the market, and was like, no one will ever notice. I know. Like, before they even put in the stove, before the glass went up, they should have moved that. And now they're going to have to take all that glass down, move the box over, but they were hoping that nobody would notice, or that it would be okay enough. If it, like if I was the builder, I would go ahead and get another piece. I don't know if you can see at the bottom, there is some granite there. I would get another piece of granite, connect those two pieces at the bottom, and just get one of those stoves that goes straight across that doesn't have the lip at the top, instead of having to take down that whole entire wall. Because you can put that stove in another house if you had to, but I'm not the builder. All right, builder mess up. Yep, that's what I call a mother-in-law suite. A lot of laughs. Poor inspection. Yes, because the previous stove didn't have a back. That was a flat top. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But it was brand new construction. It wasn't even a remodel. It was brand new construction. So that was poor planning all the way around. No sale. When I was about to buy this house, I knew I would be in over my head with renovations. I literally saw myself laughing like Tom Hanks when the bathtub went through the floor in The Money Pit. That was a great movie. I loved that movie. I think that's probably why I got into real estate. And the first house that my husband and I bought was a total money pit. It was owned by somebody that lived in another state, and she had been renting it out. And the people that were renting it out were absolutely freaking disgusting. And we had this stain on the wall, and it was like an oil stain. So that we tried to kill it, and the oil stain kept coming through. I have no idea what that was on their walls, but it was right where the location of a headboard would have been. So it was like maybe something in their hair, but it went across the whole entire bed. I don't even know. I don't want to know. Someone please explain to me why you need a fuzzy chair across from the toilet. Now, this is real. This was in South Carolina. This was a friend of mine who shared this with me. She's a real estate agent in Pleasant Hills, I think it is. Pleasant Hills, North Carolina or South Carolina. I don't know. Or maybe I said that wrong. But anyways, she saw this in the house, and she asked me, and this isn't somebody's house. And I was like, well, do they have young kids? Because, if they have young kids, that's like the potty training chair, because, you're reading the book while you're trying to make the magic happen. Well, no, they didn't have children. They were long grown. I guess it was just such an empty spot. They felt like they needed to put something there. And if it was me, I would have put some kind of like big vase or something. I don't know. But the fuzzy pea yellow chair didn't seem like the thing to do. That was so gross. Yuck. If you want to continue thinking, if that's GFCI, okay, what else would you consider okay? So you can talk to your partner, a lot of laughs. So you're not the lonely when you're using the bathroom. There's just some things you shouldn't share with your partner. I think bathroom excretions would be the one that you don't share with your loved one. I could be wrong about that. Here's another location. This was after the fact. Now, this was a much, much older house, and they had bought it when it was a flip. So they weren't 100% sure if originally there was a door there and then they did that, or they put a door in afterwards. But it is like this. And you can't get a plug in it because the way the door frame works, it hits the plug and it won't go in. So it's a plug to nowhere. And no one's going to take that off. Just let it go. Smart. All right. Let's see what people say. The chair is for the husband to try to catch up on YouTube while hiding from the wife. That's what my husband does. Well, he'll be gone for a good half hour. Unless it's dinner time. Then he comes out of the bathroom. Chat room, that's right. Looks legit. Is one of them European plugs. I like washrooms you can hose down, so you imagine how much disgust I have for a fluffy chair in a bathroom. Ew, yeah, exactly. Kristina says, this one's good. This one was in the, okay. I don't remember if you guys remember in like the like late 70s, early 80s, there was a trend. It was a jewel trend. And so when you walked into every single room, every room would have this jewel tone, which it was like an emerald and a garnet. And this house was no exception. It was like stepping into a time warp, and every single room was in this jewel theme. So you walked into the garnet room, you walked into the emerald green room, you walked into the sapphire room, and the carpet was like blue, blue, blue. I had personally seen a house like this in Florida, like in, I don't even remember, 2002 with my husband. And the house was kept well, but those jewel tones were just. But the thing that perplexed me the most about this god awful yellow bathroom, and forgive me if you love it because I think it's absolutely dreadful, is why is there a gigantic vase underneath the standalone sink? What is the purpose behind this vase? What are they planning on holding there while you brush your teeth? Is it like the spittoon with the sink? Please enlighten me. Please enlighten me. Oh, I like a mint green. I do like a mint green, but it has to be the right kind of mint green. It can't be like the, you know what I'm talking about. Wow, that's got to be in 1950s tiles. We had those in our house when I grew up. Yeah, my grandma did too. What type of land and how much should you be purchased for a tiny home community? Oh, Miss Gina, I have some great news for you. So, on August 21st, I am heading to Spur, Texas, which is the first location for the first legal tiny home community. That developer of that community, I'm interviewing him, and I'm going to be asking him all sorts of questions so people can legally have a tiny home in, whatever city and state. We're going to be going through all the questions and logistics that people are going to have to go through to make a tiny home community. Every area and county and city is going to have a different ordinance when it comes to square footage, and that's where the problem with tiny homes comes in, even if they're not on a chassis, because most tiny homes are going to be under 500 square feet or under 600 square feet. Like in my area, you can't have a building under 600 square feet and be considered a tiny home. So I'm going to be meeting with this man. God, his name is escaping me at the moment, but he's the creator of the first legal tiny home community here in the United States, and that's in Spur, Texas. There's going to be a whole series because it's going to be answering everybody's burning questions, and I wanted to get with somebody that was a true expert in tiny homes. I know something when it comes to resale of any property, but I'm not experienced as it comes to tiny homes and their legality, and this guy is. So we're going to be interviewing him, so he's going to be answering all your questions. If you have any specific questions that you want me to ask him, go ahead and email me. All my email information is in the description. Let's go back to the chat. Okay. That cabinet is really high. No kidding. Yeah, it is. And it looks like a sore thumb. Like it's just kind of like, it seems random. It doesn't go with the rest of the motif at all. They should have at least painted it yellow. Makeshift urinal. Ew. Love the cabinet up high for a 9-foot person. That's right. I knew folks that had a Betty Boop figurines in every bedroom. I've seen people with Disney stuff. That's like a thing. And here, LSU, everybody's got an LSU room and LSU stuff everywhere. Maybe napkins are go in that trash can. Well, there's a trash can behind the vase, that whatever that thing is, a vase vase. Towels. It could be good for towels. Yep. I'm wondering who would even reach the cabinet over the toilet. Oh, not me. Extra TP. I'm 5 foot tall. I couldn't even reach that cabinet. Me either. I'm like just five, like 1.5 maybe ish. There's also one in St. George, Florida now. Okay. Colorblind. I have about 9 acres of land. Own it all, spent the money for water, electricity, septic, and own all. Now I'm just saving for a house. Well, good for you, Marty. That's fantastic. Most people can't say that. I don't, I own a house, but I have a mortgage on it. So you're ahead of me, step ahead of me. That's awesome. And DCG. How are you? What's up? I haven't seen you in a long time. It's good to see you. Very good to see you. Tiny homes are the future for, especially for seniors. They're the future for even this is, and you're right, because this is one of the things that was the biggest surprise about the people in Spur, Texas, is the fact that you would have thought that it'd be younger, like people are like, oh, those young hippies, they want to live in tiny homes. It's mostly people that are older and retired. So on that, people that think they know everything. Everybody thinks they have to know everything. Carlos de la Cruz. He's got a baby Carlos too, but his name is not Carlos, baby Carlos, but I'll call him baby Carlos forever. Thanks for the advice in your videos. I knew how to invest my money and not to get into trouble. You were right, Marty. You did. It's connected to the ceiling. I will do. Thank you. Climb the toilet to open a cabinet. Well, that's what I do now. That's exactly what I do. I climb the toilet to get on the cabinet. Spur, Texas lots are now 35,000. So, kind of defeats the purpose. Whoo, I did not know that. Well, he's making it. It's a make. All right, just you guys know this is a big secret. He's making a new community, and I'll find out how much those lots are because they may not be as high since it's not an established community yet. So just to let you know, FYI. Disney memorabilia can be tasteful. Yes, there's plenty of them. There's lots of, there's ones that are done really well. My husband actually, you're going to laugh. My husband has a Star Wars, comforter and it's actually really nicely done. I don't mind it at all. And I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so it looks good. Oh, right. 37 thumbs up, 0 thumbs down. Hey folks, 43 watching. Hello there. How are you? I'll be retiring in 3.5 years and I'd love a tiny home, but in Ontario, Canada, you can't live in one year round. Okay. So here's how you can get around with it you may want to check with your local, counties, but this is how you can get around with it to have a legal year round tiny home. You have it built to modular specifications and you find out how much their legal minimum amount of square footage is and then how big of the piece of property you need to have in order to have that. I've heard that's how people have been getting around it in other areas of Canada because they built the tiny home to modular specifications. So they couldn't deny them. Holy cow. Carlos de la Cruz, who's also DCG, is saying paint the bathroom green. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. The elders have had a large house and they want to spend time doing things other than cleaning. That is correct. Boom. Eddie is a Star Wars fan also. Much respect, Eddie Smallhorn. Thanks. I'm writing that down. All right. Well, good. Large garages count in some places as well. Yeah. Like here. So if you're doing the resale thing, so if you actually had a garage and you turned it into a room, this is where it would change. I'm going to take this up. Let's just put something else up. Let's see here. I'm going to do that. Oops. Ooh, doo, doo. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was a big mistake. Let's see here. All right. We're going to do this. Let's try this. All right. Well, that's not working, so we're stuck here. Let's try this. No. Why is this? Let's pick another picture because this one's like, oh, no. Oh, I just don't want. I don't want nothing. I don't want any more overlay. Background. How about that? And we can do it like that. How about? Oh, you know what I need to do? I figured it out. All right, there we go. Did you hear that? That was thunder. That was thunder. So where was I? Now I lost my train of thought. I hate that. Oh man. Oh man. I know that you guys have been following my community tab. I post pictures like this every single week. I think that these kinds of live streams are fun. I'd like to do these more often. Please let me know if this is something that you would like to be a part of and that you're interested in. And let me know in the comment section or even in my community posts because I like to live stream, but I like to have fun when I'm live streaming. It can't be too serious. Like life is so serious. And I like, this is the time that I want to spend with you and talking to you guys and get to know you guys a little bit better. So you guys get to know me a little better and we can have more of a community because I love you guys. I mean, some of you guys have been with me since the very, very, very beginning. And it's been an awesome, fun, good time. And I want to continue doing that. And live streams always help. A live stream always helps to connect with one another. Oops. Oops. Did it go out? Hold on. Um, I'm hoping that it didn't go out. Let's see. Oh, I didn't. Sorry. Like on my phone, it went blank. So sorry. I was just talking to dead air there. Sorry. But I really want to do more of these. So if this was something you like, please let me know in the comments section after this publishes. If this is something, if you want to see something else and you want to talk about something else, like whether it be modular homes, tiny homes, and you want to do that as a live stream, please put that in. Any kind of ideas you have, if it's related to real estate, I would like to do a live stream with it because again, I like talking to you guys and it's fun for me. And I haven't done it in so long. I was so nervous and it was like, once I did it last week, now I've got the bug again. I love it. Just imagine Kristina Smallhorn, why so serious with a Joker painted face? Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if you've ever watched any of my old videos, like really old ones, but I always play characters. I used to always play characters, and to see me in a Joker painted face would not be something unusual. That's for sure. Your volume is low. Okay, is it any better now? Like, is it better? This is better. Should I talk like this? All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of today, this Sunday. It's been fantastic. What a fantastic showing of people, old friends, new friends, soon to be friends. If you haven't yet, make sure you smash that like button and leave me a comment after this live stream airs. I appreciate every single one of you. And the time that you spent with me is precious because time is probably the most precious thing that people can give one another these days, especially since we're so far apart. Bye, everybody. You have a fantastic Sunday, and we will see each other next Sunday. Bye, y'all.